Ah, the 30-year mortgage. For so many of us, it's the key to the American dream, right? But what if that key is actually designed to keep you locked in debt for, well, decades? Today, we're going to dig into something called the Eliminate Blueprint. It's a really powerful strategy that could help you pay off your home in just 10 years, not 30. So let's see how it works. First up, let's look at something that might feel a little too familiar. This right here is a typical budget for someone with a median U.S. income. Your paycheck comes in and boom, almost immediately it's gone, eaten up by the mortgage, the car, the groceries, credit cards, you name it. And what's left at the end? Zero. It's like running on a financial hamster wheel. And honestly, millions of people are stuck in that exact cycle. If that last slide made you nod your head, trust me, you are not alone. It's so easy to feel trapped when every single dollar has a job before it even hits your account. But what if you could completely flip the script on your biggest debt? The Eliminate Blueprint says you can. It's a way to turn that 30-year burden into a short-term stepping stone to real freedom. Okay, so to really get the solution, we have to understand the problem first. Let's talk about the 30-year mortgage itself and why, from a purely financial standpoint, it's set up to benefit the bank way more than it benefits you, especially at the start. Here's the heart of the issue. For the first several years of your mortgage, your monthly payments are not doing what you think they are. A massive chunk of that money isn't paying down your house. It's going straight into the bank's pocket as pure interest. And that means for years and years, you're building very little actual ownership or equity in your own home. So how do they do this? Well, the whole mechanism behind it is a concept called front-loaded interest. And this is the key. This unlocks why it feels like you're just spinning your wheels for the first decade or more of your mortgage. Front-loaded interest is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. The loan is structured so the lender collects the majority of their profit, all that interest, right up front. Your payment amount doesn't change month to month, but how it's split internally between interest and what you actually owe on the house, that is heavily skewed at the beginning. This slide shows you exactly what I'm talking about. Take a look at this chart. That red line, that's the interest you're paying, and the blue line is your principal, the actual money going towards your home. For years, you pay way, way more in interest. In fact, look at where those lines cross. It's not until about years 16 or 17. Think about that. For more than half the life of the loan, most of your payment is just profit for the bank. The Eliminate Blueprint really hits the nail on the head with this quote. This whole front-loaded system is incredibly profitable for lenders, especially when you think about how many people sell or refinance way before they ever hit that 17-year mark. So how in the world do you fight back against a system that's designed like this? Well, you use a different kind of financial tool. And your secret weapon, according to the Eliminate Blueprint, is the Home Equity Line of Credit, or HELOC. And that's pronounced HELOC. The easiest way to think of a HELOC, or HELOC, is like a credit card, but with two huge differences. First, your credit limit is based on how much equity you have in your home. And second, because your house is the collateral, the interest rate is usually much, much lower. It's this flexible line of credit you can use when you need it and pay back over time. So what makes this the perfect tool for the job? Well, it's that killer combination of lower interest rates and super flexible access to cash. It lets you basically blast through that wall of mortgage debt by making big, strategic payments directly to the principal. You're not just chipping away at it anymore, you're taking a sledgehammer to it. And to really see why this is so powerful, let's look at where your money makes the biggest impact. You could park $2,000 in a savings account and, maybe you'll earn a few bucks a year. Or you could use that same $2,000 to pay down a 5% mortgage. You just saved yourself $100 in interest payments that year alone. And here's the key takeaway. Money saved on interest is money earned. Okay, so we understand the problem, and we've got our tool. Now let's see how they work together in the Eliminate strategy. It really all boils down to a super simple, repeatable, 3-step cycle that finally puts your money to work for you. So here's the core cycle. Now, this starts after you've made an initial big payment on your mortgage using your HELOC. Step 1 is deposit. You deposit your entire paycheck directly into your HELOC. Now, this sounds weird, I know, but it's the most important part. Because it's a line of credit, your deposit instantly lowers the balance, which cuts down the interest you owe. Step 2 is pay. You then use the HELOC exactly like a checking account for all your monthly bills. And step 3, accelerate. This is where the magic happens. At the end of the month, whatever money is left over, your positive cash flow, just stays in the HELOC, permanently lowering that balance. This turns every single leftover dollar into an automatic extra payment on your debt.
You just repeat this cycle every single month.
And this chart here shows that cycle in action. See that? Every month, your paycheck, that big green bar, knocks the HELOC balance way down. Then, as you pay your bills, the balance creeps back up. But look closely, it never goes all the way back up. That little gap between your income and expenses becomes this powerful, automatic, debt-crushing payment, month after month after month. So what does this all add up to? The results are, well, they're pretty incredible. Let's take a look at the real-world impact of putting the Elimin8 strategy into motion. Just let that number sink in, over $151,000. In just one example from the Elimin8 blueprint, this is how much a homeowner saved in future interest payments by using this strategy. That's not just a little extra spending money, that's life-changing. And this right here, this visual says it all. On the left, you've got that long, slow, painful grind of a traditional 30-year mortgage. And on the right, that's the Elimin8 strategy. It's not a gentle slope, it's a steep, aggressive nosedive straight to zero debt. That's the difference between being a passenger on your financial journey and grabbing the steering wheel. So I'll just leave you with this question. Imagine your mortgage is completely gone in 10 years, maybe even sooner. Imagine owning your home free and clear. What would you do with that kind of financial freedom? What could you build or achieve with all that extra money in your pocket every single month? That is the incredible possibility this strategy opens up.